taught you to hate yourself from the top of your head to the soles of your feet? Who taught you to hate your own kind?
First put this video up, you know what I'm saying, on his Instagram. I guess he must have sat down and watched the Leaving Neverland documentary, and we talked, you know, here, you know, on the program about not even watching it, even if we did, you know, not just letting the documentary, you know, kind of shape, you know, our opinion, because it's to the point where the facts behind it. Anybody can make a documentary about anything today or tomorrow. It doesn't necessarily mean it's true. So, you know, it's just a sad situation, though, man. But I'm gonna get to what Boosie said, and then we'll talk about that a little more, man.
Man, did you see that shit, dog? Hey, the question of the day is we gonna let Michael Jackson ride? I love his music too, just like you do, but is we gonna let Michael Jackson ride? And them boys, they was opening their ass.
So that's Boosie right there. You know, seen the documentary, obviously, and we read some of the details on a few shows before, you know, so it's definitely gruesome, you know what I mean? Some of the stuff that was alleged at this point. What are your thoughts about Boosie now? You know, one of those people now, you know, who's pretty much saying, like, is we gonna let this ride? We love his music, but after watching this documentary, they saying, like, look, this dude look like he did some sick stuff with some children.
I was in a barbershop with my son a couple of days ago, and I had a couple friends of mine in there, and this topic obviously came up. And I said, you know, I didn't watch the documentary, and I said this throughout the podcast, the number of podcasts we did on Michael Jackson. We said, didn't watch it. I don't want to watch it, have no interest in watching it. And I know a lot of people, their criticism to me and my argument was, well, if you're not going to watch it, how can you criticize it? How can you critique it if you didn't watch it, And here's my argument and my rebuttal to that. When you allow the media to manipulate what's going on in your real judgment and good judgment, that's very scary. And so watching something like that on a platform like HBO, a $1 billion platform like HBO, the amount of time that went into putting this together, they can make the biggest Michael Jackson fan question what they're really thinking in their better judgment. If they watch it, it could make the biggest Michael Jackson fan go, damn, did he? Right. I don't need that on my conscious, my subconscious of anything. I sat here as a child and watched him go through what he went through with the police, with all the allegations, when it was the young boy with cancer, and they were allegedly that he did some molestation toward that child. He got acquitted of that. And then all the other number of little accusations you heard throughout and all of the jabs here and there, got acquitted of that. And this was all before I knew anything about him on the business tip of music and ownership or anything like that. I just knew this was an incredible artist and he was going through things. And I really didn't understand the magnification of it at the time. But when you look at just everything that he went through, and for people like Boosie, who we're fans of, shout out to Louisiana, and we love Boosie, but I don't want to say be manipulated by that, because he very well could have had this thought in his head for forever, because the rumors were out there. So if he did get manipulated by the documentary, that saddens me, and I definitely disagree with him, man. Mike's innocent, bro.
I mean, yeah, I was going to ask you that. I mean, like, so what about the other side, though? Because a lot of people seem to think, you know, like you said, even without watching the documentary, that he pretty much have done this. You know what I mean? And my thing will be like, what gives everybody, what makes you think that? Just because you have people that said it? Because we have to take you back to, I'm not sure if it was 1993, you know, where he was pretty much brought out, you know, and put on trial, you know, for this. And these same two gentlemen, he walked away. Now, yeah, people sometimes could win. He has money. He could have paid. Things could have happened. But right now, we just going off what somebody said at this point. You know what I mean? And everybody's getting behind. I'm not trying to be insensitive to victims. If there are victims out there, we definitely sympathize, you know, for them. We know this is a real thing. You know what I mean? And a lot, not just the Black community, all communities, this happens. So we sympathize for the victims, but we also, you know, sympathize for people who are victims of slander and libel. You know what I mean? And tarnishing the legacy and getting their music taken off the radio, and people trying to, you know, capitalize off somebody's estate, off somebody's name, and make money and get book deals and stuff like that. We have to look out for that, because we got to sit up here and really, you know, take this into account. Like, this stuff happens. You have people who scam and swindle people and try to lie and, you know, to get money, fame, and clout. This happens too.
And the scary thing is, no one's looking at these two people who are alleging these things happen, these terrible things. They're not looking at their background or anything on them.
Yeah.
And that's not being brought up. And I think a lot of the criticism that Oprah, and I hate to bring her back up, but a lot of the criticism that she's taken is justified, because she could have easily used that platform, that huge platform that she has, to give a little cross-examination to these dudes as to a little bit of their background and why they initially said that he did this and then backtracked and said that he didn't. And now, 10 years after he died, go back and want to do this documentary and say all these horrific things.
Right.
Bro, y'all got to go ahead and show some receipts and some backtracking. Like, where's the credibility at in you guys' allegation? I don't believe it. You guys got to give me a little more than an HBO documentary and somebody wanting to put some money, because that's all it takes. If me and you wanted to put enough money to go ahead and slander somebody's name, we could do so.
Right.
It only takes bread.
Right.
And they get sued and they go ahead and take it from there, and somebody picks it up and the narrative is already out there. The damage is done. So why hasn't anybody ever questioned the credibility of these two men? Now, if it was two guys that we never heard of, everything was clean, everything was clear, it was a clear backtrack, okay, there's a little more argument to that. But these two dudes already are known to be frauds. What's up with that?
Yeah, Michael Jackson, I think nephew it was, he sat down with TMZ the other day, and we played it on the other show, the audio, where he pretty much pointed this out. He pointed out, you know, how they had a failed book deal. He pointed out, you know, how there's like some back end, you know, not back end deals, but appeals in place, you know, where they still may get hundreds of millions of dollars. So yeah, when you're talking about court cases, character is always brought into question. You know what I mean? That's why they say character witnesses, the people who's to attest to what type of person this is. Are they lying? Are they scamming? This man is dead. Monique, you know, and her husband, you know, had a great, you know, viewpoint of everything as well. It's like people just, you know, this man's dead. He can't defend himself. And now people are actually running with this. I'm not surprised by it though, SamAnt, to be honest with you. I'm really not. It's just sad.
Nah, I'm not either. The smear campaign goes on. It continues. And like, I'm not saying that Boosie has a contribution in that when it involves the mainstream media and things like that, but we're not going to, this isn't going to be over. It's going to get worse.
Yeah, definitely.
Indeed.
Definitely. But you're tuned into the Uncensored Truth podcast with your brother, Old God, and SamAnt. Going in tonight on this Friday, 8 p.m. Every week, you can tune in and check us out right here on this channel. We'll be doing a recap of all the stories during the week, as well as addressing new stories that drop, you know, during today, and even up to the moment if something, you know, were to happen. But definitely go ahead and hit the like button for me, family. Go ahead and share this video. You know, I mean, we do appreciate that. SamAnt, Bobby Shmurda. I know you had the Bobby Shmurda, you know, was he came at 6'9", or
well, he was on a platform talking in regards to 6'9", and he was asking the gentleman Vlad was asking about if he would ever do any collaboration with 6'9" again. Shmurda's response: hell fucking no. I don't even want to be next to that man. I'm good. These motherfuckers would have everybody, locked up. That's why I tell these kids too, these entertainers, they're just entertainers. They ain't living this shit. They be talking. Now, we obviously know him and 6ix9ine put out Stupid. I think it was called Stupid a couple months prior to 6ix9ine getting caught up in all that shit, the height of his fame, while he was on fire, I guess you could say, in public opinion and whatever. Right. And now Shmurda saying this. Now, people were comparing 6ix9ine a lot to Shmurda, sitting in this situation and all that when he came about this.
Yeah.
And now we hear officially what Shmurda thinks. So what you think about this, bro?
You know, it's, you know, real talk. I could agree. I mean, who would want to stand next to a rat at this point? You know what I mean? And man, I mean, we talk about character. We just talking about that. Look at his character. He talked all this shit. You know what I mean? Walked around, portrayed this lifestyle. And when he got cracked, he started squealing, period. You know what I mean? There's nothing more to say about that. You know, people can make excuses all they want, but this guy, you know, is what he is. And people don't respect that. I don't blame people for not respecting a guy who don't stand on his own words. So.
That's a fact. And when you see a dude like Bobby Shmurda, and no one's condoning his actions out here on the street, and I don't think he condones them. That's why he's looking like he's grown up, and I can't wait to see his evolution coming out of jail, because he has a career coming. He has a career left. Also put on some time. I don't know if you knew that, oh God, trying to get his friend's time reduced. so that they can leave, I'm assuming at the same time or things like that, so they can celebrate together. So some real G shit. He added on to his time to take away from his boy's time. If anybody knows in the comment section his boy's name, please drop it, because I don't know the name offhand, but I know he added on to his time for that. That's some real shit. Who wants to sit in jail? Who wants to rot? So when people ask the question of, well, would you do 47 years? First off, don't ever fucking ask me what I do 47 years, because I've never put myself out there to be anything that I'm not. I've never claimed to be anything that I'm not. I've never put myself in a situation where I could do 47 years.
Right.
And if I did, shit, I'm going to sit there and man up to my responsibility. That'd be 1, 2, 6 months. I'm a man of my honor and my integrity, so I'm going to do what